Hey folks, how you doing today? I am Sean in Alaska. It is awesome to spend Sunday with you once again. Got myself my cup of tea and my teacup that my daughter gave me. If you look at that, right, I'm actually getting there now, aren't I? Yeah, I got all 4 haircuts this last week. It was time. It was well past time. Let me know down in the comments real quick whether or not you guys can see and hear me and everything's audio, video's fine, that kind of stuff before I get too deep into this. Ah, Canadians have me hooked on tea now during the day. What a week! What an incredible week! And I got a lot done, and I got nothing done at the same time. Sounds good, looks good, awesome, perfect. Let's scroll back up here to the top real quick because I do like to say hello to everybody that leaves a comment in here. So if you're watching, just even if you just say hello, it gives me a chance to say hello back to you. I know I get a lot of folks that don't like to leave a comment, but that's fine and dandy, however you guys like to do it. But I like to say hello to everybody, and I like to answer anybody's questions that they may have in the order that they appear on my screen. And if I seem to have skipped over your question and I've gotten 5 or 6 other comments down below that afterwards, do me a favor, pop it in again and do it in all caps so I catch my eye, or so it catches my eye. And if I've already answered it, don't worry about asking it a second time because I'll just skip over it the second, third time. Doesn't make any difference. But I do like to answer them in order. Start off everything with the first person I saw today. Art, good to see you, brother. Awesome that you're going to be up here in another couple of months, right? 2 more months and you shall be here in Alaska working on your property. I'm very excited for you. Kristen Grounds, good to see you as well. Give my best to Steve. Steve's out there smoking a chicken. Very cool. That sounds kind of yummy, actually. I don't know what I'm doing for dinner tonight. I might do breakfast for dinner tonight. Rebel Canners, awesome to have you here today. Thank you for joining me all the way from the Philippines. We've got Charles and Annalyn W. Good to have you guys here today as well. Awesome to see you. I'm scrolling down here, saying hello. Genova, awesome that you can make it today. Happy to see you. Sunshine, great to see you as well. Came in from the porch. I love that. I love that picture that you shared. So if you don't follow Sean in Alaska on Facebook, I've gotten to the point now where I'm starting to share the lives on there to remind everybody. But Sunshine here said they were out working on her snow berm, and they were out there painting flowers and everything on the snow berm. It's almost over, folks. As you can see down below, inside temp for the loft is 72 degrees Fahrenheit. The main room is 67 degrees. Outside is 22 right now, but we're forecasted to be above freezing for the next 5 days in a row during the afternoon. Wednesday, we're supposed to have a high of 41 degrees Fahrenheit. And that is a far cry different from Saturday morning when I woke up. And it was like 20 below zero here. But I think, fingers crossed behind my head and everything, that we're past that. Hopefully we're past that stage now. And we should start warming up. And what I like is, what's super awesome is if we can have above freezing temperatures during the daytime, and then we go back into freezing temperatures again at night, because that gives all that water that's coming out of the snow a chance to get out of here, and we don't end up with a bunch of lakes and rivers all across the roads. But if we have them, I'll show them on video. I'll take pictures of them and show you what it looks like. My road could be a mess. Jim at Woolly Rhino Adventures, good to see you, my friend. 4 to 6 weeks until mud season. That's kind of where I was just going with that. David Evans, awesome that you could be here today. Thank you, my friend. Karen, good to see you. Awesome you could join. Remy from Rem's Family Farm. Awesome to have you here, Remy. Very cool to see you. Matt AK, good to see you as well. Built on the Rock Homestead, Lipstick Lodge, Wendy Benjamin. Good to see you, Wendy. I haven't seen you in a while. Awesome to have you here today. Zombie Possum. That is like a super cool name. That is a super cool name. I like it. Nanny Goat Acres, good to see you. Awesome to have you here. And Sunshine's other half, Warren, good to see you, my friend. Having a cup of coffee with your sunshine and watching Sean with a few of your friends. I like that. We have mud now. A guy went off the road because of it. Up here lately, it's just been snowplows going off the road. So as they're plowing the snow, because they haven't done a good enough job to get to the edges and see where the shoulders are, they're going a little bit too far, and we've had to have a couple of them towed out on Funny River Road this season. Bird Dog, awesome to see you from northern Minnesota, Iron Range, 36 Fahrenheit outside. You're a bit warmer than I am. Very cool. And Matt pointed that out. Hey, look, a shelf. So I'll touch on this real quick. That entry, or that little intro thing that I do at the beginning of the lives here, is for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's so that if there's any commercials at the beginning, you don't miss the live. You'll come in on that. As opposed to missing anything that we may say in the live. And I try not to say anything my earth shattering in the very beginning, just so that people can get in here to begin with. But it's also so that I can see what I've been able to accomplish from pretty much the second week of May of last year to basically that last part of that video was probably right around New Year's. So, in a 7-month period of time, that was what I managed to get accomplished. And I mentioned that the temperature Saturday morning were 20 degrees below zero, and that kind of put a wrench in what my plans were going to be for this weekend, because I'm done. I am absolutely finished with dealing with the cold weather and living in a trailer. So that shelf is behind me, because as soon as this live is over, I'm moving my kitchen pots and pans and everything into here, and I'm moving into the cabin. I think I'm at a point now where I won't get in my way too much. I probably still will. But right now I'm trying to heat both the cabin and the trailer, and the cost of propane is ridiculous. It cost me roughly $18 a bottle to fill one of those small bottles up. In the trailer, that bottle will last me with the small buddy heater maybe 4 days. But with the big buddy heater that I run in here, it lasts about 2 days. And I'm not going to keep paying for propane for both. So after this live is over, I'm going to be moving stuff into here. And I've been working on getting everything situated for that. That's where all the pots and pans will be temporarily until I get the kitchen done. But yeah, I'm pretty fired up. I will be sleeping in here going forward every single day now. Unless something happens, I live in the cabin starting now. And I'll show you guys a lot of that next week. Next Friday's video will have me getting stuff prepped up for that, and then probably some more stuff from today and tomorrow of moving stuff in. But the week after that will be the actual moving into the cabin video. So there we go with that. Since you noticed the little shelf up there, Russell at Raspberry Rock Off Grid, good to see you, my friend. Canadian Jerry, how are you, bud? Good to see you. Thomas Fry, awesome to have you here today. And I'm scrolling through here real quick. Ward, good to see you, man. I was munching on pistachios all night. I went over and dropped off a dozen eggs at Ward's house the other day. Yesterday, as a matter of fact. And was it yesterday or Friday? I think it was Friday. And man, I left there with a care package of dried plums, so prunes, raisins, pistachios, almonds. Holy smokes, I scored. Very good. So I was eating those last night while I was watching Atlantis, Stargate Atlantis. Deborah Thacker, how are you? Good to see you today. I am, right? It's a whole different thing without the curls on the back and everything else. It was just getting shaggy. And for those that have been around for a while, you know that usually March is when I start to clean everything up again, because usually I have been going on vacation in March and headed down south. This year I'm not doing it in March. I'm going to save some of that time for later on. But there's a good chance that next weekend this will be gone too. The weather warms up, man. We got to get rid of that stuff. I don't need the extra insulation. Ginger Mast, how are you? Good to see you today. Scotty, what's happening, brother? You can't post links? Okay, you're on the phone outside. Very cool. That's cool, man. Eves, good to see you, my friend. Glad you could make it today. Corgi, Alaskan Dreams. You're doing a great job, so you can relax and enjoy your new home. Yeah, like tonight. Awesome to have you here today. That's a name I'm not familiar with. Built on the Rock, shorts weather in Texas. I need to go short shopping. I'm just looking forward to throwing the kilt back on again. To be honest with you, I just really haven't been wearing it since winter set in, because I was doing all the roof work, doing all the up and down ladder work. And I think I'm probably going to dig that thing out this week. And well, not dig it out. It's still hanging right on the same rack that it always hangs on. But I think it's about time to kilt up again. I'm going to mispronounce your name completely. Kahi B? Aloha. Good to see you. Glad to have you from Kauai, Hawaii. Very cool. Einer, could I pay you to shadow, learn, and help? I'm not sure I'm the guy that you actually want to have do that, because every time I do something, it's like a first time for me. I'm not, by any stretch of the imagination, anything above an amateur class. But you can watch every one of the videos I have for free, and it'll show you when I make a mistake. And that's what I did. I actually started when I was getting ready to build a cabin by watching Russell here on Raspberry Rock Off Grid, because Russell was he had done the same thing I was planning on doing, except his was a lot more extensive because he had to bring everything in by four-wheeler. But you're more than welcome to watch every single video I have. And if you got any questions, leave a comment on those videos, and I'm more than happy to answer them for you. Jay and Jen, there's another channel that you can watch, because Jay and Jen built their own cabin too. And you'll learn from, the nice thing is that a lot of the channels that I watch and that are in here in the live, when they make mistakes, they leave them in their videos to show you the mistake they made, and to laugh at themselves, which is what I do more than anything else. And you'll learn a ton from watching channels like Raspberry Rock Off Grid, Jay and Jen Off Grid, and this channel as well, I hope. But if you've got any questions, leave comments and we'll answer them. I know I will. I know Jay and Jen will, and I know Russell will. So by all means, hit me up for anything that you got a question on. Lisa K, good to see you. Awesome to have you here today. Hey, Kristen. Kelly Flynn. Is that Kelly Flynn as in, I guess, technically my sister-in-law? Because, is this Barbara's sister? Because if it is, I haven't heard from you in forever, and my gosh, it's good to hear from you. Very cool. Very cool. That's what I'm thinking, man. It's time. It is time for the move-in day. Michael, what's happening? Good to have you here today from snowy Idaho. Very cool. Warren saying, going in hot. Been seeing more people wearing shorts around here. The white is a little blinding, right? It's the time of the year that you can see Alaskans from space, from the satellites, because as the snow goes away, you still see all the white from us because we have no color in our skin. Russell wants to know, okay, Sean, some straight talk. Why no window in the kitchen? There is a window in the kitchen, Russell. Let me show you. Everybody. See that right there? See that right there? Oh. That is a window in the kitchen, but the window is actually sitting right over here in the other room, and I just didn't install it before I closed everything up. But I have it framed in and ready to go. I have the window sitting in there ready to go. And as soon as things dry up and warm up a bit, I'll go ahead and I'll put that in. But I do have a window for the kitchen that'll bring in a ton of natural light through there. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. No, Ward, you got me hooked up already, man. I left your house with so much stuff. It was awesome yesterday or Friday. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. Thomas. Good thing you have a truck for that long move. I was actually thinking I'll put everything in the truck. I'll pull the truck forward. I'll back the truck up. And by that time, I could have already made 2 or 3 trips. And then I'll unload the truck. No, I'm not doing that. This will be the easiest move I've ever made in my life. Very cool. Thank you very much, Rebel Canners. Greatly appreciated. I was going to hire a mover, but I can't get anybody to come down my driveway. Could you imagine that? That would be the epitome of laziness. Yeah, I need a mover. Yeah, where are you moving from? I'm moving from that trailer about 30 feet away to that cabin about 30 feet away. You guys think you can do that for me? Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I could. I'm doing myself. Doing it myself. Joseph, good to see you, my friend. Dinner with your daughter. Go have dinner with your daughter, man. Definitely. Go have dinner with your daughter. Spend time with your family. Always more important than hanging out with this knucklehead in Alaska. Right? No more camper living. But the camper will stay there, mainly because I can't get it out with all the snow that we have right now, until I find a home for it, until I find somebody who really, really needs it and really, really wants it. Then the trailer will make its move out of here completely. But it will be a good backup in case anything goes wrong. So I'm not worried. I'm not concerned that that's going to happen, because I have actually been spending basically 3 or 4 nights a week in here anyway, every week. Just to kind of get used to it and to sleep in a real bed. But yeah, I've done my share of camper living. And I don't think I want to do it again. Richard Young, good to see you, my friend. Glad to have you here today. Awesome you could make it. Russell, I am also not the guy to watch to learn stuff, right? So that's what I mean, is that these channels that you're going to watch are going to be people who don't do this for a living, and have made many, many mistakes. And to me, the greatest teacher is learning from your mistakes. So these shelves that you see behind me, you know how I figured out how to do that? I watched a video. I watched Mapleberry Farm, and I watched Jeremy throw up some quick shelves and then put his fat butt up on top of them. And I went, okay, that's the design I'm going to use. I weigh 220. Right around 220, probably. I don't have a scale right now, but I could lay on those. I could actually lay across there and those would not come out of that wall. They're pretty darn stable. I like that. You're an expert if you have all your fingers and toes. Got them all. I'm not taking my shoes off, though. Read the kitchen window. Okay, sorry, bro. I didn't see the horizontal piece. Yeah, and that's so it's going. I've got it all framed in. The original plan was I had this really beautiful window I was going to put in there, but when I bought the windows last year, that one had a leak. So they're multi-pane windows, and it got a bunch of water and stuff in between the panes. And I thought, this guy threw it in for free anyway. I'm not going to do that. Not only that, but it would have been taller than. And Ward was the one that pointed it out. It would have been taller than the bottom of the loft. And I didn't want the same window on the bottom and the top. It would have been a hassle. It would have been very stupid too, because it would have been locked and buried behind where I built that pony wall upstairs now. So I knock it down to 24 by 24, and I've got a slider, that opens up, so I'll be able to open that window up, and it'll be nice. It'll get a nice little cross breeze in here too. Very cool. Sorry to burst your bubble. Oh, okay, Kelly. Well, that's fine too. But for anybody who didn't know, this is Kelly from Wisconsin, and not Kelly, whose sister is married to my brother. Awesome to have you here, Kelly. Greatly appreciated. At least you cleared that up for me. I haven't heard from the other Kelly in a long, long time. That's why I was kind of shocked. White Family Farm, how are you? Awesome to have you here today. Yeah, Scotty's in Wisconsin also. Chris P. Oh, man, I just came in a live stream, thought I was going to face plant into OSB and studs. Bonk. Nanny Goat Acres. Sean, will you be installing a ceiling fan? I have one. It sure helps distribute warm, heated air in my small place. I'd like to, if I could find a decent 12 volt. Because a lot of what I'm going to go with, I think now is going to be, I don't know, we'll see. But a lot of what I think I'm going to go with now is 12 volt where I can, where it makes sense. But stuff like refrigerator and that kind, I'm not going to do 12 volt. But I'll probably put one in just because of that main reason. Because like I said, the downstairs here, well, actually that's pretty warm. It must be because I have the light there and the heater right over here. But the upstairs right now is 73 degrees, and the downstairs is probably 63. But if I was running a wood stove in here right now, it'd be a whole lot warmer upstairs. So yeah, more than likely I'll put a ceiling fan in. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm loving it. I'm loving every part of it. Oh yeah, the move into the cabin is one of my top favorite moments here, right? Yeah, because you didn't have a trailer. You were in a tent and tarped off and everything else, if I remember watching those videos correctly. Todd, what's happening, brother? Thank you very much for the diagnostic tool. We'll put it on the truck, and it turns out that, well, you know what it is. It's just the sensor on the turbo there that I need to either. I'm going to start with replacing the air filters and seeing if maybe that's causing part of the problem. But that sensor looks easy to replace, so I'll go ahead and replace that too if that doesn't clear it right up. Deadman 6220, good to have you here today, my friend. Awesome to see you. Using the little red toboggan, not a wagon. The wheels don't roll out here in this stuff. I actually have kept it pretty clear over the last week and a half. We've gotten, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 inches of snow. So I've run the snowblower quite a bit and got everything pretty cleaned up. And the drive area stays pretty decent. The big concern is I usually buy one bag of gravel every spring because we start to get ice over on the top and then it gets pretty slick. But I've got cleats for my shoes that I keep in the truck too, so I don't fall on my bottom. Bubba Wolf from Germany. Awesome. Good to have you here, my friend. Crazy Bird Homestead, glad you could make it today. Looking good at the cabin. You're doing a great job. Mike and April in Vermont. Thank you guys very much. There's a million things that if I did this again, if I started again this year and did it again, that I would do completely differently. But they're all construction related. They're not layout related. I'm really super happy with the layout that I have in the cabin right now. And for those that don't know, where I'm sitting right now is the kitchen. Right behind that wall is the pantry/storage room. And then behind that wall is a bathroom that's 8 by 6. So yeah, 6 feet, 6 feet wide, 8 feet deep. And basically the kitchen's 8 feet deep. The pantry's 8 feet deep. The loft comes out 10 feet to the end of it. And then the rest of it is wide open all the way to the ceiling inside. I wouldn't change the layout at all, but construction wise, I would change a few things. Anthony, yes, we are still live. Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you here today, my friend. if you're still here, hopefully. I am, but there's only going to be so much that people are going to want to hang around for. I mean, if you see me into the trailer, out with an armful, into the cabin, out with empty arms, I'll probably do that twice, because if I do that 20 times, I'll lose 90% of the people that watch. Morton, good to have you here today from Oslo, Norway. Awesome to see you. Morton's been commenting on like every one of my videos lately. Super cool. I really appreciate that. Ari Hill, moving in, sleeping. Don't forget fire alarms. Don't want the videos to stop. Exactly. Although in a place that's as small as this, I don't think a fire would be surprising at this point, just because I only run the heater in here, and that's the only thing that would be combustible. But I need to put in Will. Brother Will said he's going to hook me up with, he wants to buy it as a housewarming gift. The CO2 detectors too, carbon monoxide detectors for the cabin, which I think would be very, very good to have. I guess those go down low. I've never had one. And then, you know, the fire alarms go up higher. But yeah, definitely. And then I need to get, I think I have one in the trailer, and I'm really bad and guilty of being foolish for not double checking, but I need to make sure I have fire extinguishers too. Right, Chris? It's super cool. I have some of the neatest viewers from all over the place. We have people from Europe in here. We have people from the Philippines in here. I'm trying to think of where the furthest one we've had from so far. I have one guy that watches the channel, Dimitri from Russia. Super awesome. I just think it's neat, right? It's just super cool to get comments from people from all over, because, you know, like Morton, what he deals with in Oslo, Norway would be comparable to what I deal with, but still completely different. So it's super cool to get those kind of comments. And I didn't even realize I'm doing this on StreamYard, so I missed it, or it already happened. It's down here. Let me scroll back. Okay. I'll scroll back up here again. But thank you very much, Russell. Thank you very much, Russell, for the super chat. And thank you very much, Campbell Off Grid, Mark, for joining. Greatly appreciate the membership. Man, I'm getting behind because I'm just being way too chatty. The glare. Keep it up. I might just take a razor to the whole thing. I've done it before. Steve, good to see you, my friend. Awesome to have you here. It's going fantastic, man. It's going fantastic. Peanut Trucker, glad you can make it, man. Awesome to see you. Eves, I'm the first person I know who is going to move in a wheelbarrow. I would, but the wheelbarrow is buried with snow and I can't find it. So I'm actually going to be the first person you know that carried everything by hand from one house to the next. Again, thank you very much, Mark. Greatly appreciated. For those that don't know, I do have channel memberships available now. Got a couple of different tiers, and I have really no idea how they work. Other than the fact that last week, the first people that got to see a picture of the Northern Lights here, which was the same picture that I used for the thumbnail for this live today, were the members. So I wanted to post that up for them. But know that 2 days later, everybody else got to see the same picture. Probably the main benefit for being a member is, you know, my undying appreciation, obviously. And you're going to see things before other people see things, but everybody still gets to see things. So don't be obligated. Don't think you have to become a member to get any special perks, other than you'll see it maybe first. But if you're not a member, you'll still see it anyway. I'm going to really make sure that happens, because I don't think you should have to pay to watch anything that I'm doing here. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to have you here, my friend. Good to see you. Roof vent from the camper, 12 volt and all, might work to move the air down from the ceiling. I was thinking, my buddy Will was asking me, I call him Brother Will all the time, was asking me if I was going to pull the refrigerator out of the camper, because it's a propane refrigerator. But I want to keep everything in there for anybody who may get it down the road and need to do what I did with it, which is live in it full time while they're trying to build something, or just live in it full time, which I would never recommend again. But so I don't want to take anything out of that at all. It has working everything except the heater in there. The heater has a bearing going out, which is fine, because you have to have power run to it to get the blower to work and everything else. But the heater worked fantastic. But yeah, I'm probably not going to take anything out of that. But a 12 volt fan, just to move some air around, I think would be very easy and very doable. Very price efficient too. Jewish Redneck Pepper, shalom. Good to see you today, my friend. Glad you can make it. Moving day is always beer and pizza at the end of the move, right? It'll be pizza for sure, but I really haven't been drinking any beer. I bought 1 6-pack so far this year, and that is it. And mainly because I just haven't wanted any. No beer, no wine, no whiskey. I have it all. I just don't drink it. So yeah, that'll be a special treat. I think I'll break that if I haven't done so by then. When I get the deck finished out front of the cabin here this spring, and I have the barbecue set up out there, I definitely will have to have a beer while I barbecue. Crispy, I still understand how you were able to yander being from Cali. Oh, because I had lived here before, and because the part of California that I lived in is the part of California with 30 feet of snow right now. So I was used to the snow, but the cold here is completely different than what we get in Cali. We don't get the snow in Alaska, except for maybe Valdez. We don't get that kind of snow almost ever in this part of Alaska. Where I'm from in California, right now, like I said, they're probably, man, I bet you they're probably 15 feet deep in snow right now, and it just keeps falling. A friend of mine in Twain Harte, California, just posted today that just today they've already got another 1.5 feet of snow. And my daughter shared a video with me, my oldest daughter, Brienne, in Tuolumne, which is down around 2,000 foot elevation, where she's got 1 foot of snow in her yard right now for the second time in a week. So yeah, I was used to the snow, but just not the cold. And you can dress for the cold. So Kevin Wright, good to see you, my friend. Awesome to have you here today. See the video piece of the Northern Lights. I'm trying to get better at those, but I thought I got some good pictures. I really wanted a better picture of the cabin with the Northern Lights in the background. I might tweak that picture a little bit, but all the pictures that I shared in the last week's video were 100% unedited. So they were, as the camera took the picture, I did no editing to those pictures whatsoever. And Mark, thank you again and welcome. Happy Sunday to you. They're incredible. Chris, the Northern Lights are incredible. Cecilia Ravencat Homestead, good to see you as well. If you wonder why I'm leaning forward like this, it's because my mouse is there and I don't have another table that I could put it on here. I guess I can put it on my leg. Yeah, I can do it like that. That'll work. Good to see you, Cecilia. Awesome to have you here today. Deborah, adding the kitchen window will definitely brighten things up. It will. And it really didn't make any difference going through the winter here because it wasn't going to be that much brighter in here anyway. But we're getting a lot more. The light in the morning that comes through the upstairs windows and shines on the front wall is just incredible. Just super incredible. I'll show you guys a little sneak peek too of what I'm doing. What I'm going to wrap the 2 pony walls that I built up here. What I'm going to wrap them in. I'll show you a sneak peek on that in a minute when I get caught up, which is almost now. I'm getting pretty close. We haven't been in the house 6 months and already planning on changing a window in our daughter's bedroom. Yeah, it's I'm sure there'll be. I already have some ideas for letting some more light in here. That I want some more windows in here. I'm going to also install 2 more doors. So I'll have a door going out that side now that the staircase isn't going to be there, and I'll have a door coming out this side here because this is the side I'm planning on putting the additional bedroom. Not this year, but probably next year. Have I missed somewhere with a plan for the outside cabin siding? I kind of touched on it, Jay, a couple of times, unless it's Jen and then Jen, unless it's Jay and then it's Jay. I would like to do the same kind of thing that I did with the chicken coop. I really like the board and batten look. And Mike from Not So Remote, Alaska, has a mill and he mills a bunch of wood. So I need to talk with him because I'd like to get. It probably won't get done this year. I'll probably have, the wrap on there for another year, just because I want to get the roof done, and that's going to be the metal for that's going to be a little bit on the pricey side. But that's my plan, is board and batten like I did the chicken coop, because I love the way that looked. I love the way that turned out. And again, Russell, thank you very much, because you're always so damn cheerful. Also, Al is in here, so you might win this one. Folks, if you got to be anything, be happy, right? My dad told me when I was a little kid, you could choose to be miserable, you could choose to be happy, but the choice is entirely yours. And I did not believe him for the longest time, and then over the last, well, since I moved to Alaska, that's where I'm at now. I'm happier. I get angry, everybody does, but I don't hang on to it. I let it go, and it's super awesome. No skylight, no skylight. Maybe a dormer down the road. I could probably kick a dormer out, but that would be the only kind of ceiling light that I would add, other than or ceiling window that I would add, other than maybe something on the front here. But I don't really think I need anything on the front. I kind of like having a solid wall that doesn't have anything on it. Thank you very much, Karen. Greatly appreciated. When you guys hit the thumbs up button, the like button, if I get enough of them, YouTube says, hey, people are watching this, they really enjoy it. Let's suggest it to other people so it just brings more people to the channel. It is greatly appreciated. And if you don't like it, hit the thumbs down, because you know what that does? The same thing. I don't think YouTube really delineates between likes and not likes. It's just interaction with the channel, which is always a good thing. Kaylin, good to see you. Awesome to have you here today. Very cool. Tell Joe I said hi. You need a wheel for the wheelbarrow? Yeah. Those things go bad all the time, right? Members get 24/7 live stream of the Northern Lights. Oh my gosh. And Russell, with that, you've jinxed yourself because Al is in fact here. Al, thanks, man. Greatly appreciated. Welcome to the membership. That's where I was looking, Matt, was at Amazon. Amazon's got a ton of stuff, and they are pricey, but I don't think that stuff is cheap anywhere. Okay, you guys want a sneak peek of the wood that I picked up, or that I decided I'm going to do? I'm actually going to do with this wood. I'm going to wrap the pony wall storage closets, cupboards, whatever you want to call them, that I built on both sides up here. I'm going to wrap those, and I'm going to go across the front of the bathroom and the front of the pantry. So let me go get a piece of that lumber right now, and I'll show it to you. Oh. And this is a pretty good representation of it. It's called Blue Stain Knotty Pine, and it's tongue and groove. So it's got light and dark highlights on it. I think it's beautiful. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous wood. So I picked a bunch of this up, and I'm going to go in the loft. Here, let me set this down quick. We'll leave that up there behind me. I'm going to go with that for the pony wall closets upstairs, and then I'm going to go across the front of the bathroom with that, and then that will be the only place in the cabin that I'm going to use that wood, and then I'll change to a different species for the walls, and then I might even do something different for the ceiling as well. But those are, I've talked about it before. I want to mix up the different species of wood so that it's a different feel. When you look around, you'll see different stuff without it being too busy. Scroll down to get caught up here. Paul Arnold, good to see you, my friend. 2 lives in a row because you're visiting your son in North Carolina. Nice. A long way home in India, but enjoying it. Very cool, man. Very cool. It's snowing in Tehachapi today. Holy smokes. I saw a picture of somebody up on, I think it was Donner Summit, and where the snowbank was, I mean, if this person was 6 foot tall, that snowbank was 30 feet tall. It was crazy. This is, I saw a little quick news bite video. I don't really watch the news, but I saw a quick news bite video that said that this is the heaviest snowpack since the '82 winter, which I remember because I was living in the Sierras at that time, but that Southern California has already surpassed that amount. So, I mean, the whole state is going to have so much water when this is done. It's going to be crazy. The bad thing is that when you get it all in one year, unless it follows year after year after year, it still doesn't fill up a lot of those dry lakes that they had there. Michael, now you're going to be talking new deck, barbecue. Yep, exactly. I'm telling you, I'm ready for warm weather, man. I'm ready for I'm ready for the negatives to be gone. Trudy, glad you can make it. Awesome to have you here today. I am. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Oh, thank you, Russell. Great. I took every single one of those Northern Light pictures were taken with my cell phone, if you believe that, because I can't figure out how to get my regular camera to do it. and and I honestly shot the best ones in just night mode. So and I held my camera for every one of them. So I have a bunch that could have been beautiful, but I was shaking them too much. But in the ones that were absolutely clear, where you didn't see any wave blur from the shake or anything, it was because I turned the truck off and actually locked my hands against the vehicle so that it wouldn't move. But I was happy. I was super fired up with how those turned out. Right, exactly. And it's a huge deal, man. But California, many people don't realize, and being from California originally, I kind of learned it growing up, is a desert. That whole Central Valley is a desert. And the only reason why it has water is because of the Delta and because of all the lakes that they built to continually to hold that water and to release it when they needed it during the summer months. But it's really cyclical. Winters there and summers there are real cyclical. And hopefully they're getting back to that part where there's a bunch of snow all the time in the winter. Lake Tahoe. He worked for the county, plowed 12-hour shifts. Todd ran crews in the Sierra Nevadas for snow removal, if he's still in here. So he could tell you some stories, I'm sure. Oh, really? I didn't even catch that part. How did I not catch that part? I'm doing this, like I said, on StreamYard, so I don't see the same stuff that I see if I were on YouTube, but then I don't get my audio feedback either, and I don't have to mute my laptop. Yeah, that's awesome, Al. Greatly appreciated, man. Greatly appreciated. Steve, good to see you, my friend. And everyone in the cheap seats with me. You're going to have to post pictures of what that smoked chicken looks like. I'm telling you right now, because Kristen was talking about she didn't have to fix dinner because you were smoking a turkey. Oh, that is very cool. That is very cool, Al. Super awesome. Charles and Annalyn, very cool. Greatly appreciated. Lisa K, it's been a mild winter here in Ohio, planting seeds and getting some spring cleanup started. Still using the wood stove, cozy. See, it's been mild here too, and people have kind of argued with me, but we haven't had the 20 below zero for weeks on end that we would normally have every year, and I think that's probably why Saturday just made me snap, and I just said this is it, because we were 20 below and I was just cold and I couldn't get warm. So I started my truck and turned my heater on in my truck and got my truck and drove to Kenai. But yeah, it's been pretty mild here too. I like spring and I like fall because in the spring, I probably like fall more because it's drier. But in the fall, you get that bite of that nip of cold in the air, so you can get the campfire going and sit around the campfire. And you're not cold, but it's cool. And that's probably one of and it's so beautiful when the leaves change. That's probably one of my favorite seasons up here. Oliver Jackson, good to see you here, my friend. Awesome to have you here today. 12 Stones Ranch, awesome you could be here. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think so too. I'll show you some stuff that I did to tweak the pantry and stuff that I did to get the bathroom opened up because I'm going to be storing stuff in there, obviously, besides the bathroom because I use an outhouse right now. The bathroom is future dream down the road. But I think that a lot of stuff is coming together pretty awesome right now. Yes, Chris, it worked. You are now a member. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ward, no dormer. Ward, I need you to help me build the dormer. No. Russell, I'd love a skylight right over our bed. That would be cool. That would be super awesome. And I mentioned this before. The original plans when I first drew this up was I wanted to build like a crow's nest, a cupola up top that I could sit in and watch the northern lights. But I couldn't figure out, because I never built anything before, how I could engineer that so it'd be strong enough to do it. But that might happen down the road. We'll do something. I don't know. Right? Choose to be happy. Awesome advice. Everybody goes through adversity, and how you deal with it is very true. Makes all the difference in the world. And my dad used to tell me, kid, you're not stupid. Quit doing stupid things, because stupid things happen to stupid people and you're not stupid. Whisper, awesome to have you here today. Weekend did go by fast, definitely, right? Scroll through here. People are talking about skylights and dormers. They said maybe the house ended up being a big headache. Yeah, who got us on this topic? Those are members, Karen. Those are people who have become members, I think, because I'm not seeing. I see them in green. I don't see them in blue here, and I see like little dollar signs after their name. Here, I'll pull one up and I'll show you real quick. So Camp Bell Off Grid just joined, and they've got a little dollar sign after that name. So that just means that they're members. They've joined the channel membership, and there's a pinned link at the beginning of or at the top of the comments section that you can click on. It'll explain to you what it is better than I can. But basically, and I'll probably do a description of this as I figure it out a bit more. Basically, they have paid a membership to the channel, and there's different levels, and for each level, there's a different perk. And I don't know how I'm supposed to do everything with it yet because I've never had them before. But what I did was, and I described this earlier, is there'll be stuff that they'll be able to see before anybody else. I'll release it to the members, and then 2 days later or so, I'll release it to everybody else. I could do members only chats, but I don't see that happening because I like everybody hanging out in the chats together. And I think it's more fun for everybody when everybody's in the chat. But there are some perks involved. And I think the top tier one, I said that if you're the top tier member, and I believe that was Freeze Up, that that's the tier name, that you're going to get a handwritten, hand-signed personal Christmas card from me in Alaska. So I'll need some information from you to make that happen. But I'm thinking, too, that those Christmas cards, I'm probably going to take the pictures myself up here in Alaska. So it'll be a lot more personal that way, just to give something back for what everybody is doing by becoming a member and helping me out with what I'm doing. Isn't it? I think that Naughty Pine is beautiful, dude. That's gorgeous stuff. Everybody's thanking Al. Al's the man. Al is awesome. Victoria Wade. Awesome to see you, my friend. I hope you're staying warm and dry in Tuolumne, down there in California. Brianne sent me a picture today. It was absolutely crazy how much snow she got. Awesome to see you, Vicky. Awesome. Bathsheba, awesome you can make it today. Great to see you. Angie. This is my boss, folks. This is the one who gives me the extra days off every week so that I can spend the weekends doing what I got to do. A chance of lights tonight? Cool, because hopefully we'll be clear. I'll definitely get the camera out and get it ready again. She texts me like a mad dog every time we're going to get the northern lights, and she's all, if you're going to be late, I understand. Awesome to have you here, Angie. Greatly appreciated. I don't know what temperature it actually got up to today, but it's supposed to be 80. Oh, yeah, forget that. Forget that. Kiwi Lad, good to see you. Awesome to have you here today. 82 in Georgia. And humidity probably. Ouch. Wow. I don't know how to do the video with the lights yet. Angela, she did like some time lapses with her GoPro, and she's learning how to do it with a GoPro, and the pictures are incredible with a GoPro. So I might have to invest in one. But I don't have any idea how to do video with it yet. Yep. Todd was El Dorado County DOT. Awesome. Glad you liked them, Oliver. Very cool. I love them. I think they're just beautiful. And I always say that they're the gift that we get for putting up with the winters that we have up here. And I'm scrolling through here real quick to make sure I've said hello to everybody. Seashell B, glad to have you here today. Another California checking in. Awesome. Very cool. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. Yes, Cebu is in the Philippines. Yeah, so Karen, click that 20 tab above the chat, and you should be able to get a free membership out of the deal, and then you'll be green too. And I'll see if it worked as I scroll down here. Chris, I'm green. Somebody turn me green. That was Al, man. Al's the bomb. Al is awesome. Davey Dave, how are you, my friend? Johnny come lately. Hey, anytime you show up, you're on time, man. You know that. You know how I am about that. I'll give out some memberships. Click on the green tab up on the top and allow gifts. And there should still be some left that Jay and Jen are saying. Very, very cool. Very cool. Anthony Jester, how are you, Anthony? Good to see you, my friend. This is Brother Will's nephew. He came up here and went to school in Alaska. I think you're done, though, right? Or are you still up here? Because if you are, Fairbanks still gets cold. It doesn't make any difference. He was going to school in Fairbanks, and that is brutally cold. Henry Leslie, if you're heading out the door, awesome to have you here today. And if not, hang out for as long as you want, man. Hang out for as long as you want. Charles and Annalyn, we think you should build a 2-door garage with heated flooring next. Never going to happen. Because I have never had a garage in my life that was actually used for cars. I can tell you that right now. The last place I lived in California had a 2-car garage, had a wood stove in the corner, and it was a full-on brewery, cheese making, and sausage making shop. There was never a car allowed in there. My mom moved in, and she said, hey, you want to get that stuff moved over to half the garage so I can use it? And I looked at her and I said, that's not going to work for me, Mom. No. So garages are never, I don't consider them for cars. They all become shops. No, not right now. I'm just sitting down in here right now, but the kilt's coming back this week. They are still, Bathsheba, the Northern Lights are the most incredible thing I've ever seen. And I didn't see them for the longest time. And then because I left Fairbanks and I was living in Texas and then back in California, and they're still as beautiful today as they were before. Awesome. Very cool. Good to see you guys. Very cool to see you guys. If you want to follow an incredible family of people living off grid, you need to follow Countryside Acres Homestead. I'm telling you right now, very, very incredibly wonderful, humble people that I got turned on to by Mapleberry Farms a couple of years ago and started following them. And man, the lifestyle that they're living is just incredible. And they're wonderful, wonderful family, wonderful children, built their house by hand. Aaron and Anissa are just super, super awesome folks. You guys got to check them out. And if I've got a mod in here that can do it, please share their link. If not, I'll go ahead and I'll share the link on the Facebook page when I'm done. So if you're not following me on Facebook, follow me on Facebook. But I'm glad you guys finally caught the live. Usually they come back later and they're all, I didn't get notified. Very awesome to see you guys. I mean that in the most literal sense. Oh, where was I at here? That is super cool, man. Super cool. Thank you very much, Al. Thank you. Lindsay Salmons, good to see you, my friend. I'm doing fantastic. I hope you're doing well, too. Husband passed away. I never had the chance to get up north to see them. You know, I don't know how far south you're living. I think you said you're in Florida. But they do get this last round that we had that was just incredible. I got the pictures from. All the northern states could see them at the northern part of their states. So they do drop down pretty low sometimes, but it's so regulated by whether or not you've got the right weather, whether the conditions have to be just perfect to be able to see them. Scrolling through here, trying to catch up. Lord Veda. Welcome, Darth. Good to have you here today. Yeah, it's going to be above freezing all week here, but it freezes at night. So that's the perfect scenario because you get some melt freeze up. You get some melt freeze up so you don't end up with lakes. But hopefully it'll all go into the ground quickly. Okay, you're done. Went to NH for internship with AmeriCorps and back to Wisconsin. Got a job in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Awesome. Very cool, man. Very cool, Anthony. Yep, Lindsay, it worked. Yep, Karen, you're green as well. Very cool. Very, very cool. Crispy, oh man, Sean is a stud. Look at all those females in the chat. Hey, dude, I got nothing but chicks outside. Well, I got a rooster too, but the other 11 are chicks, or 12. I'm getting eggs again, which is super, super cool. Right? Holy smokes, Art. This hour is just flying. This is the fastest hour of my week, folks. This is crazy how fast this hour goes. Richard James, how are you, my friend? Just about to hit the sack and see you live. First time for me to catch it. Very awesome. I'm glad you could make it, man. I am glad you can make it. And for anybody who watches this afterwards that's overseas, because I'm getting more and more overseas viewers that watch the live afterwards, because I do save them and let people watch them afterwards. I'm thinking I'm going to do like a late night live so that anybody on the other side of the ocean can see them as well. I'll let you know if you're watching this after the fact. I'll let you know when I'm going to do that, and I'll give everybody like 24 hours advance notice or 48 hours advance notice. But I think that would be kind of cool to do to show the appreciation for the folks that are not within 5 or 6 hour time zone difference. They can't really do the lives. All right, Night of the Comet, great movie. I love that movie. That was super, super fun. Richard, all the way from Wales. See, you're the type of person I'm talking about, right? If I did a later one, it would fit better into your guys' time zone. And I do have viewers from Wales, from Ireland, from Scotland, from England proper, from Germany in here today, actually, from Czechoslovakia, from, so it would be fun to do a later one too. It would be a ton of fun. Wow, Lindsay, 11 at Fairbanks right now. Super warm day even for March for you guys. I think I'm all caught up here. Right, Karen? I think that would be super cool for people who can't normally just log in and watch because the time zone and the time frame doesn't fit where they're at. I think that would be a neat idea. And I'm not going to take credit for coming up with that idea. Alone in remote Alaska. She's another channel that I watch on occasion as well. And she's pretty remote. She's pretty off grid, and she's doing it by herself. Well, I don't even know if she's really off grid, but she's out there over towards Valdez. So she's in a lot more remote area than I am. She actually just did a live video for her overseas viewers. And I thought that's a cool idea. I might actually do that. I think that's super neat. 24-hour Shawnathon. The only day I go live longer than an hour is Christmas Day, because I live by myself, and for anybody else who's sitting at home and got nothing to do, I just go live on Christmas and we just hang out and have fun. Independent, many united. Awesome to have you here today. Very awesome to have you here today. What Jay and Jen said here, hit that thumbs up, guys, or hit the thumbs down if you're not having fun or if you just want to make fun of me, because it does help the channel, definitely. Yeah, I thought it was her. Alona Remote Alaska did a live at midnight last night this morning. Okay, cool. I thought it was her. And I really like that idea. I thought that was super cool. A few hours earlier than now would be great for UK time. Maybe that's the key. Maybe I instead of going live at that would work actually better for me. Instead of going live at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or say 1 o'clock in the morning, if I went live at like 6 in the morning, that would probably work good too. Russell, okay, there's a first part to this. Where was the first part? Russell, I can't wait for you to get your wood stove, Sean. Followed up by, I'm going to drive up there and put it in myself. All right. So the wood stove will be here next week, Russell. What time are you going to be here? Not really, folks, but man, if I get somebody to put it in for free, I'll get the wood stove as fast as I can. She amazes me with some of the stuff that she does by herself. And that's not to downplay the fact that it's a she. Just anybody doing the stuff that she's doing by herself kind of amazes me. And that's kind of why Alaska has always been a dream for me that I was always shooting for, because I watched Dick Prenicky do it, and it just blew my mind. He did it a lot harder than I do. Okay, Alone's in a dry cabin, but not off grid. Yeah, I thought she was on the grid. I thought she had power, but she is a dry cabin. Okay. Right? Me with feet up in front of the stove. That day's gonna happen, and I'm gonna be a very happy person, man. I'm gonna be a very happy person. Scroll through here. Karen wants to know how the chickens are doing. They're doing fantastic. I got outside and up before they did this morning because it was a bit chilly, and they don't like to come out when it's 0. But probably about 9:30 this morning, they were all outside. They're doing fantastic. I haven't had any issues since that original issue with the molting when the deep freeze hit. So they're all happy and healthy. Matter of fact, I had eggs for breakfast this morning, fresh from the coop. Oh, very cool, Bathsheba. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad it is enjoyable for you. At first I started doing this for a completely random reason so my kids could see what their dad was doing, and it kind of morphed into this, and I'm very happy that it is because I'm meeting some awesome people by doing it. We are getting close to the end. Harriet Carr, glad you could make it from 85 degrees Florida. Nice. Right? I think 6 a.m. would work good. Al, I was just messing with Russell. Nothing yet. I did put an offer in on one, but I couldn't get to it in time, and it sold. It was on Marketplace. So I could have got that one for $300. It would have been a sweet deal, too. It was a beautiful little stove. Richard, I did not try the diesel heater yet. And Todd has told me multiple times, just come across the street and get it and install it. But now that I'm living in here, or will be living in here full time now, I might actually make the trip across the street to see and hook something up. I might. Yeah, I'm going to try. They are, man. There's just once you've had fresh eggs, if you go back to store-bought eggs, they're not the same at all. Folks, we are at the hour point here, and I think I'm pretty much caught up on everybody. I will answer Lisa K's. I just buy Alaska Mills 20%. During the winter, I use 20% protein pellets, and it's locally produced here in Alaska. And then during the summer, I use 16% protein. But yeah, local feed from our local supplier up here, and I've never had an issue. Super awesome. That's going to do it for me, folks. I am done. I am Sean in Alaska. I want to thank everybody for showing up today. Al, Russell, Mark, thank you guys very much, as always, for your generosity. Super, super cool. Welcome to all the new members. Thank you guys for joining. As I figure the memberships out, there'll be more for you to see. But don't forget, if you're not a member, you can't afford to be a member, you don't want to be a member, you'll see it all eventually too. They'll just see it a little bit earlier than you will. But I like to share everything with everybody. Thank you guys. As always, I am Sean in Alaska, and I'm going to get off of this thing so I can go start moving pots and pans into the cabin because I'm sleeping here from now on. Thanks, guys. Have a great, great day. We'll catch you again on Friday with a new video and next Sunday with another live. Have a fantastic, fantastic week. See ya.